Tatum. It's great to have you here again.
It's great to have you back. Thank you.
Right. You know, I've been really thoroughly enjoying your latest role as Dr. Gel in Space Dandy.
Thank you.
Really enjoying it. And although I'm not a big fan of Black Butler at all, to say.
You just made a lot of enemies. I can't protect you. I can't protect. He's a guy.
I live dangerously. I don't give a crap. Anyway, but I am impressed with how how strong you have, how big of a grasp you have of, the British accent, and how well you're able to summon that for, any kind of roles, especially when, as last year when you came up, it was very funny to see you break out into the British accent. And I wanted to ask you, how were you able to build that up? Because, my top 3 North Americans who, in my own opinion, who have a very good British accent are Jennifer Hale, Robert Downey Jr., and then of course you, in my own opinion.
In that order?
No, this is pretty much in a dead heat because I jump off between the 3. Oh, that's good. Oh, but they do this a little bit right. Hey, Jay.
Oh my, okay.
Yeah, especially that buttoned-up attitude.
And that's what I'm particularly good at, is the buttoned-up sort of received pronunciation of British. You have to understand, in Great Britain, you can't go 5 feet without running into another dialect. So everyone would be like, oh, you sound like you're from there. Well, I sound like from here. And I just got back from Sunderland, where they all sound very, very different than people from London. Like, they'd be like, hello, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you coming. Whereas someone else, oh my God, thank you so much for being here. Oh my God, awesome, thank you, so great. Like, they're much more expansive, and they have a much more like, blah, 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 in your face. And then there's Cockney, which is like, hello, Mary Poppins, whatever. But I mean, I'm good at the received pronunciation of any posh British, because getting back to, for a moment, my childhood as a stutterer. I had a horrible, horrible speech impediment when I was really young. I didn't really talk until I was 9 years old.
Oh my.
Because of it, I used to carry around like a little thing to write on. So people would be like, look, I want cookies, whatever. And I was like, oh, it's kind of pathetic when you picture me as a little kid walking around with my bowl-cut blonde hair, my snaggle teeth and my freckles with it. Cookies? Inside is just roiling away with the Shakespeare sonnets, but all I can do is have time for what I got to write. But no, so I had a speech therapist for a number of years who was British, and she was this hilarious, like, 4-foot little woman, like 100 years old. She looked like she had been hewn from marble, and she had like this huge iron, like gray bun of hair on top of her head that accounted for a full foot of her height.
Dang.
With the cat-eye glasses, and she's kind of stooped, and she's like, hello, the rain is painful, smiling at the plains. And her name, I shit you not, was Mrs. Britt.
Oh, that's cool. Did she fly around
in a TARDIS, yes, she had a TARDIS.
I was gonna say umbrella.
Right. So she was my speech therapist for a number of years, and though I'm from Texas, and everyone in my family has a fairly pronounced Texas accent, and I can fall into it a little bit when I'm around my family. The fact of the matter is, I kind of learned to speak from a British lady, so the British accent is never very far from me. And that's why. So, in fact, every time I get the chance to actually revel in my Brit accent, it's kind of an implicit love letter to the woman who taught me how to speak, who is now long dead or moved on to another regeneration. Yes. May she rest in peace. But yeah.
All right. Well, my own nephew has a little bit of a speech impediment, but I keep on telling him, don't worry, you'll grow up to become J. Michael Tatum.
You may want to think twice about that.
At least it'll be popular at parties. It's great to have you back, Jay.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You rock.